Shalom, brothers and sisters. Today is October 18, 2025. We're on another video. All praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, and to His Holy Son, Yahweh Shai, who died for the 12 tribes of Israel. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. And double honors to the apostles of GMS, to the 4 major prophets, and to the 12 minor prophets, and to the hopeful elect, the brothers, the Akim, the 144,000, who are preaching the word of God on the 4 corners of this earth, risking their lives day in and day out. And shalom to my brothers, sisters, and children who are watching this video. We're on another lesson. Today, we're going to go into the holy book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. And so be glad, you heavens, and all you that live there. But how terrible for the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you, and he is filled with rage, because he knows that he has only a little time left. In Ukraine right now, things are escalating. In Ukraine, with the United States, NATO, and the Ukrainians at the doorstep, at the gates of Russia. Okay? So last week, Donald Trump was very close to giving the Tomahawks to Ukraine. And that would escalate to a nuclear war. With Russia. So yesterday, Friday, October 17th, he hit the brakes and canceled those Tomahawks to Ukraine, which we believe the Tomahawks are already in Ukraine, but he was giving them the green light to shoot those Tomahawks into Russia to hit Moscow. And what people don't know is a lot of people here in America, they don't know that Russia has over 7,000 ICBMs, and they have missiles in the forest on semis that are deep into the forest, camouflage with trees that our satellites can't even pick up. And they're all pointed at the United States. Because nuclear war is coming. Okay? That's what people don't understand. Nuclear war is coming. And we'll probably go into the holy book of Joel. But we're in that time. Right? We've been in World War III since 2014 with the proxy wars. And if any of you brothers, sisters that are watching this, and people on the sidelines or on the bleachers that want to watch hour-long videos, my original channel is Days of Chaos, Days of Sorrow. I have 3, but I have one that I put most of my videos on that are 1 to 2 hours. So just keep searching for Days of Chaos, Days of Sorrow. And that's the time that we're living in. So Russian nuclear forces have been on high alert all week because of these Tomahawks. And they have a Russian nuclear sub off of California in the Pacific. And Russia plans to attack NATO. Okay, they're building troops right now, and Estonian. They're on the Estonian border and the Baltics, because once this World War escalates into the second quarter of World War III, Russia will invade Eastern Europe, Poland, the Baltics, and eventually they'll reach into Germany and France. All right, and right here in the United States, there'll be a draft. That's all coming. Okay, you see what's happening right now with the government shutdown. We're on day 18, and I'll be talking about that today and tomorrow on my main channel. What's happening there? How this whole economy is going to collapse by the end of this year, and starting 2026 will be the year that we enter a depression, because we've been in a recession. All right, everything you see on CNN, Fox News, ABC, CBS is all lies. That the economy is going great. Wall Street, Wall Street is doing good for the billionaires and the trillionaires. Okay, but for your average American, your middle class is being destroyed. All right. There was hundreds of thousands of jobs lost, layoffs, people being fired in the year 2025. Entering 2026, there'll be millions of jobs lost. Okay, just with AI alone, worldwide, over 300 million people will lose their jobs. Over 300 million worldwide. All right, so we're in that time of a world economic purge. It's happening right now. Okay, and we're in that time of war. All right, that's why Russian troops are on the Estonian border, and the Baltics draw up evacuation plans. Not only that, in the news, they kept this out of the news here in the United States, but MEGA erupts after the Secretary of Defense, Hegseth, announces a Qatar Air Force site in the United States, where they're going to build it in Idaho. Okay. It says there should never be a military base of a foreign power on the sacred soil of America. Qatar is building a facility to house a squadron of pilots and teams. The United States has F-15s to train these Islamic, Muslim pilots. and train them here right in the United States. So that's a lot of Qatari military personnel on existing U.S. soil. Okay, right here in Idaho. And Qatar gifted Donald Trump a $400 million plane. That was the payoff. Remember, in your government, your politicians, your Congress, your senators, your president, your lobbyists, they're in the back room making deals with the nations. They're all in collusion and they're all getting paid. All right? Hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. They're all cutting up that money in the back rooms. All right? And your Federal Reserve just keeps on printing money and they tax you to death. That's why you're house poor. You're only making it from paycheck to paycheck. And here in America, you're never going to retire. There's no such a retirement here in America. All right? They're going to work you to the bone. You're going to be worked to death. And that's facts. And your money that's sitting in the bank is worthless. All right? That dollar is crashing before your eyes. All right? Gold is at an all-time high, and silver. All right? Silver almost hit $55 this week an ounce. This is just the beginning. You haven't seen nothing yet. But your dollar is going right into the gutter. All right? And they're going to tax you and tax you. You're going to pay for these wars. They're going to make you pay for everything. The Rothschild family are going to make you pay for these wars. All right? And remember, Donald Trump sent $20 to $30 billion to Argentina to bail them out. But you have U.S. farmers here in America going bankrupt. Construction companies going bankrupt. All right. Like I said, they're purging the U.S. economy. They're purging jobs, government jobs, state jobs, city and county jobs, corporate, the private sector. Because who controls those corporations? The Rothschild family. And they're purging. This is the time of purging. All right. We're going into the fourth turning. And that means the time of chaos in the streets of America. And once America goes down, the whole world is going to be in flames. All right? That's what's coming to America. So Trump's family and the Qataris are business partners. Eric Trump recently unveiled plans for a new golf course and a beachside resort in Qatar. And Trump's son-in-law, the Jew boy, Jared Kushner, has raised billions of dollars from several Middle Eastern countries, including Qatar. Like I said, they're all hand to hand. They're all about money. All right? And they're also with that cryptocurrency in the Middle East. It says right here, Qatar is also central to the Trump's Middle East crypto strategy, which is the bulk of his net worth. Helped make his children billionaires. All right? He's in collusion. All right? All you Republicans got bamboozled. He don't care about you or your families. You're going to go bankrupt. But his family are making billions. All right? But remember, he's nothing, him and his children are nothing but coffee boys and coffee girls to the Rothschilds. All right? They're worth hundreds of trillions. And he takes orders. He's an errand boy. All right? He takes orders. He gets on his knees when they talk. It's like when Elon Musk was in his office and his little boy was looking right at Trump and he was calling him a nobody. He even knows, the little kid knows that Donald Trump, Congress, and your senators are a bunch of flunkies. All right, paid prostitutes. They'll do anything for money and their children. All right, they have no dignity. But they're on their way out. You know, all these Esau is the end of the world. All right, they're about to lose everything. The Most High Yahweh is setting the branches of government, your military, and he's setting up all the nations. That's why he's going to bring them all to the Holy Land, and that Holy Land has been defiled. So it's all going to be purged with nuclear fire. And like I said, Donald Trump is a hypocrite, just like those your Congress and your Senate. Because just 2-3 years, about I would say 4 or 5 years ago, Donald Trump was he actually said in the past on record about the Qataris, before they showed him and showered him with all these gifts and money, that the nation of Qatar was historically had been a founder of terrorism. He had him up there with Iran. All right, but now they're best buddies, they're best friends. You know, they gifted him that $400 million plane. Okay, but that just shows you how he's hand to hand with these nations. Okay, and then they want to invade and attack Venezuela, and that goes on to another lesson. All right, we give billions of dollars to Latin America because Russia and China, like Venezuela, they're very close to Russia and China. Their relationship. Okay, just like Cuba is hand to hand with Russia. Well, Latin America, they're siding with Russia and China, and the United States has no choice but to continue to give them billions. So if I have time, we'll go into the Holy Book of Obadiah, because all these nations that we're hand to hand with, they're going to backstab us. Okay, once World War III escalates, these nations are going to come and attack the United States and Europe and Israel. It's like we sent the billions of dollars to Argentina, and we bail out these bankrupt countries, but your Americans are all going bankrupt. Their houses are going into foreclosure. You have Americans that have no money. They're running out of their money. Their banks are going down to zero, and they're in big trouble. Okay, big trouble. I have more stuff here. Yeah, U.S. fighter jets scramble to intercept Russian warplanes near Alaska. Putin drafts more troops in the last 15 years. Like I said, he has the draft is happening right now in Russia, and that's coming to America. Right? They're forced to go to war in Russia like I said, the war is on with the West. Okay, we're fighting against the king of the North, which is Russia, and we're fighting, about to go to war with the kings of the East, which is China, and then you add North Korea and Iran. These Americans, you can see these people walking around right here. They have no clue what's coming. All right, this is an upper. I would say this is actually a rich neighborhood. This is this is Washington Park. All right, this is like the Central Park that's in New York City, but this is the Central Park of Denver. And all these houses in this neighborhood right here, I would say, would go probably $5 million, probably to $20 million. I mean, I don't even think there's any houses in here for 3 or 4 million. It's $5+ million. Like I said, there's houses in this area, $12-15 million. And these people have no clue, no understanding what's coming. Okay, especially your middle class, poor people. They just work, pay taxes, and their whole world's going to go upside down. Their whole world. All right. So let's read that in Obadiah. You get this in Obadiah right here. In this book, in Obadiah, is the punishment of Edom, which is the Greco-Roman, American, Anglo-Saxon, Zionist empire. And remember those imposters in Israel and here in the United States, in Hollywood and New York, them Zionists, those are the imposters. That's Revelations 2:9, Revelations 3:9. But the punishment of Edom and the day of the Lord is coming, and God's setting up these nations. All right, and God said the Lord will punish Edom. Starting with verse 1. This is the prophecy of Obadiah, a minor prophet. What the Most High God Yahweh said about the nation of Edom. And the Lord God Yahushai has sent his messenger to the nations. We have heard his message. Get ready, let us go to war against Edom. And the Lord says to Edom, I will make you weak. Everyone will despise you. And that's happening right now on the World Wide Web. All right, because we're behind that purge in Palestine, in Gaza. All right, they hit the brakes for a second here, for a minute, saying that there's a peace. There's no peace. They're purging the whole Middle East, and they're starting in Palestine, in Gaza. 3 million people got to be purged. Okay, they got big plans. All right, they have casinos, they have resorts. The whole Middle East, they're going to purge the whole Middle East. After they're done with Gaza, they're going to purge Iran, the ancient Persian Empire. And then they're just going to take out the rest of the Middle East. All right. Right now, we're hand to hand with Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Remember, we have military bases throughout the Middle East. All right. We've been building them bases up since the 1990s. But God says, your pride has deceived you. And where he says, I will make you weak, that's happening right now through the internet, because people now can see the news worldwide. And you no longer could put a wool over people's eyes. They see that you're nothing but a troublemaker. You're nothing but a bully. All right. This country works. We've been at war. It's a war machine. This is where this nation, this corporation makes money on war. All right. We love to put sanctions on nations and we starve children and women and the elderly. So people now can see with their eyes that this is Babylon the Great. And that's why he says right here, I will make you weak. Everyone will despise you. The whole world despises America. All right. The people of all these nations hate America. They despise America. The only ones that are holding hands is these politicians here in America, and the politicians and your prime ministers, your presidents, of these nations, of these Latin countries, the Middle East. They're hand to hand, but deep down they hate America, but they're holding their hand because they're making a lot of money. All right, but when everything goes down, they're going to turn against America. All these Latin countries and then countries in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Iraq, Syria, and Iran, they have no love for America. All right, they hate Israel because they know they're the false. They're the imposters. They're the Amalekites. So for people that don't know, look up the Amalekites. All right. They're the grandson of Esau. He says, your pride has deceived you, and your capital is a fortress of solid rock. Your home is high in the mountains, because we're the biggest mountain on the planet, the biggest government, the biggest military. All right, this government is controlled by the Rothschild family. They're the ones that created the Federal Reserve and the military. And we go to the four corners of this earth with the sword. If you don't agree with the Federal Reserve, with our military might, they destroy you. You'll be purged. That's what we do. We go and we destroy nations under the sun, and then we put up puppet governments. This is how the Rothschilds ruled the world. And then they put that Democrats, Republicans, and that's to divide and conquer the population. Keep them busy with the bread and circuses, let them fight each other out, but they're running it. They pick and choose who's in the White House. And like I said, anybody that's a president is a flunky, all right? An errand boy, a coffee boy. Well, let's go down to verse 7, where he says, your allies have deceived you. They have driven you from your country. People who were at peace with you have now conquered you. Those friends who ate with you have laid a trap for you. They say of you, where is all that cleverness he had? And on that day I will punish Edom. I will destroy them. I will destroy their clever men and wipe out all their wisdom. And people can see that now. It's a circus. When you watch the president, your Congress, your Senate, when they have that debate with Biden and Trump and Harris, I mean, it was a complete joke. I only could watch a couple minutes. I was about to fall out of my chair. It's just disgusting. I mean, like I said, Britain right now, Great Britain, Britannia, England, they're embarrassed of America. Remember, America comes out of Great Britain. Like I said, they're all, the Most High is setting up America. We'll go into Ezekiel chapter 38, and the Lord spoke, the holy book of Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1. And he has, God, the Most High, Yahweh, has Russia as the instrument. This is his instrument to destroy the West. All right. The God of the Holy Book is a God of perfect balance. All right. The one to shoot them missiles and destroy America is Russia. That's Revelations 18, verse 10. America will be destroyed within 60 minutes by nuclear fire. And the Lord spoke to me, mortal man, he said, in Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1, denounce Gog, Russia, chief ruler of the nations of Meshech and Tubal in the land of Magog. Denounce him and tell him that I, the Most High God Yahweh, am his enemy. I will turn him around and put hooks in his jaws and drag him and all his troops away. His army, with his horses and uniformed riders, is enormous, and every soldier carries a shield and is armed with a sword. Right. This is their military might, their tanks, helicopters, their air force, their navy. Men from Persia, Sudan, Libya are with him, and they all have shields and helmets. All the fighting men of the lands of Gomer and Beth Togarmah in the north are with him, and so are men from many other nations. So remember, the Most High, he hates all these nations, okay, including America. The only people he loves is Israel, Jacob, the Hebrew Israelites. All right. And the Lord's only coming back for his people. That's Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. It's all about Israel. Right? You have a natural Gentile and an unnatural Gentile. Our people became unnatural Gentiles because God scattered us on the four corners of this earth. And all 12 tribes are here in America. And we're scattered on the four corners. All right. It's called the confusion of faces. So that's why I never judge no man, woman, or child from their outside appearance. All right. Because we are spiritual. Esau is unspiritual. I'm going to go ahead and close it out because this video only could hold 30 plus minutes and it's over. It just shuts down. It's an old phone. But if you want to watch the longer videos, go to Days of Chaos, Days of Sorrow. Hope all you brothers and sisters were edified with this lesson. Thank you for watching. Shalom.